Hi. Let's continue the adventure. You know I serve the Holy Divine Spirit, so if you're okay with that, welcome. I'm also here to serve your highest good, your highest energy. I'm here to improve your experience, okay? We are bringing in the imagination, spiritual and psychological faculties, following the divine impulse. Now, a lot of us have been under a significant amount of stress. And this stress is making things like your eye twitch. Like my eye has been twitching for at least a good week now, maybe a little longer. And it all started with an emotion that I was like trying to not stuff, but redirect. And the reason why I say I didn't stuff it is because I was consciously aware of the emotion itself and what I was trying to do, because it was it's an emotion that I've been dealing with some time, and it's layered, and there's so many things stuffed in this one emotional tendency that I have. And so every time it comes through, my intention is to transmute it or to reroute it. And the first time that I successfully rerouted basically the synapse, the brain electrical connection, and fire off, the moment that I changed, that I was like, no, like the incoming thought came in, and then the incoming thought was the emotion that comes in, and it propels this like obsessive, like fucking repetitive tendency within myself due to like traumas. But I'm working through the trauma and I'm conscious and aware of it. But just because I'm conscious and aware of it doesn't mean that it's going away on its own, like it's in battle. Like I'm trying to really calm this, clear this, heal this. And the first time that I successfully had it, the moment that I successfully had it coming in, I stopped it, transmuted it, and redirected it. My eye was like, my eye went ham. Look. My eye went crazy. It did like this whole fucking shimmy thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in a cartoon. Like, I feel like, you know, when you see the cartoons and someone says something to one of them and they're holding back their emotion and their eye like twitches, or let's say like someone asks them a question and they don't want to tell the truth, so they're trying, and they don't want to lie. So that whole like going against the self almost makes your eye twitch, right? Because you're uncertain of what to do in the moment, or you're trying to control yourself, like you're trying to control a very, very strong impulse, and it may result as a twitch. It may result as being very tired or drained, energetically drained, but not in a bad way. Like you are aware that you are healing and that you are clearing and that you are cleansing. We are also understanding that this, whether we like it or not, there are other sources and beings and other people who are a part of this healing journey and who will have enacted in a way that serves you on your journey. Okay. Now, this could be one-on-one. This could be through reading, watching something where you're able to connect with an individual, maybe let's say incidentally, and all of a sudden they've helped you facilitate some sort of purging, healing, realization, and understanding. We're all going through that right now. We're also dealing with the rerouting and the redirecting of intense emotions. Intense emotions and tendencies in regards to love. Hidden details like secrecy, sex, obsessions, like taboos, kinks, intimacy, the truth. We're all dealing with a rerouting of how we'd like to pursue these things moving on. And with the truth comes a lot of the inner gunk that was stuffed up. And incidentally, some of these healing people that walk into your life may heal you in a way that may not seem obvious to you, because they've ended up awakening something very deep and opening up that very deepness was a treasure, but ultimately you didn't realize with the treasure came like this gunk. And I don't want to say gunk because it's valuable, but like a black oil coming through the ground raw. And when oil is untamed, it is dangerous, it is disruptive, it is poisoning, it is, depending on how this oil is harnessed, brought out, contained, right, directed, exponentially rises or raises the price of such oil spill. The oil spill being your twitching eye, okay? I wish you could see it. But the twitch is here. So, dealing with intense emotions in regards to jealousy. And jealousies in love, they could be vain jealousies or jealousies around wealth, money, and status. But jealousy in regards to needing to have an ownership of your partner. That's like Venus and Pluto and Capricorn, status, control, lack of freedom, fixed, held back, and we're learning to release ourselves by releasing restraints placed upon our loved ones due to our own fears and deep subconscious programming, if you would, but it's embedded. And as we confront that, these emotions, although we once tied them to love, are actually poisonous, like I just said, when uncontrolled and spilled everywhere. And so we're repressuring the diamond. We're putting the diamond under pressure again. Perhaps the diamond needs to become refaced, new cut, I'm not sure, a little bit of something where sharper edges, shinier facets shall emerge with the wealth of oil and wellspring of the earth. See, these are the bounties found beneath the gunks, tied into unhealthy tendencies in romantic or even platonic or intimate relationships. Having to say goodbye to some of our toxic traits in love could be disorienting because we've never known any other way to relate to a love so intense, I suppose. It's a bit of a scare. It can be a very intense feeling depending on either way. No matter who you are, it's intense. It can be intense in a way where it scares you and you flee, or you need to detach in some way, or it can be intense in a way where you're anxious and you latch, and everything that you thought was love coming out. Everything that you thought was love in your expression, you find out was the most toxic shit because of what was backing it up and what was actually stimulating these type of love, romantic, intimate reactions. If the love action is fueled by pain, then the love action itself is tainted. And that's what a lot of us are learning or have learned, and will continue to learn it furthermore into time. The more we heal, clean, clear, purge, releasing jealousies, attachment, need for control, the need to control your partners, the need to control the other, the need to be in control in love, the need to know everything in love, the need to fully penetrate without space for breath, for obsolete, communication, for just like rigidity and lack of room, breathing space due to claustrophobias of the own mind and self, due to panics of being left and fear of abandonment. These are the stirrings of our inner mind, and they manifest themselves as love feelings. But the love feeling itself is deceptive, as we've learned to gloss over our pains. And these are the manners in which we've understood to grasp such things, due to a misunderstanding of our own internal functioning and guidance system and compass. Love, like they say, is to completely let something go. To completely let it go. And that is love, to free something. And that is an extremely hard concept, because when we think of love, we think of something that is essentially unattainable. And the moment that we have an opportunity to attain such emotion is the moment that we think that we should hold on to it forever. And that is actually the exact opposite, because although it may mirror onto you the love that you embody, doesn't mean that that embodiment of love is ultimately yours to keep solely, unless, there's an ability for both parties to connect on such a level, on such a heart-to-heart level. But looking at the connection itself and where the emotions are stemming from have everything to do with the quality of relationship, the quality of connection, the quality of intimacy. If I'm showing love out of desperation, hurt and pain and trauma, and you're connecting to me in that moment, and it's heartfelt, then we are only mimicking or potentially temporarily healing or activating wounds. Love is found, but now love is showing freedom and the need to let go of power and restraint. Because remember, we're being enacted in this situation to be awakened and alarmed to our instinctive, habitual, habit pattern, deeply ingrained response. And that deeply ingrained response is a whole load, it has the potential to be a whole load of baggage, depending on your awareness and the amount of intrinsic work that you found yourself in with another or yourself. Okay. Now, it hurts. It hurts being torn apart. But this is where we get to learn the lesson of individualism and the understanding that that response in itself was not pure love. And on a spiritual level, we are looking for pure love. The chances of coming together fully healed have a lot to do with how much you truly healed. And any pains, obsessions, and the inability to let go and to release in relationships or in partnerships has a lot to do with some areas within ourselves that are a bit imbalanced. And not to say that there's anything wrong with the way that the instinctual self has behaved. It's just a matter of awakening to a pattern that would like to be changed for the ultimate survival of yourself, first and foremost, so that you can be able to take care of those who you love, but for greater clarity and understanding of the bonds and enmeshments that you will later find yourself in, by first totally and completely being self-secure or being secure within the self. And a lot of us swing this notion around with the idea that this is something that is very easy. And that what we don't understand is that love is being able to witness your agony, your terror, and your pain, with the understanding that this too shall pass, as you are releasing entities, bounds, and chains that have caused you confusion in your pain. Very interesting. Now, I did pull some cards here, and they're basically mimicking that. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Star card. So this is a healing. This is a healing element. This is healing. This is bathing in the waters, grounding, nourishing the self. This is bowing under the night sky, underneath the stars, and being cleansed by nature, spirit, the sky, the stars, the ethers, the elements within you, to really totally like stripping yourself clean. The star here is naked, stripping yourself clean, allowing yourself to be deeply cleansed and renewed. This is also an Aquarian card, which is evolution at its finest, as we choose to transform, cleanse, heal, and release, and let go in true understanding of what love is, of what healing is, right? And we have the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords. So this is a bit of a mental stress. But the mental stress is an internal conflict that we're looking to see through. Instead of seeing the enemy outside or within you, this is the complete idea or ideal of neutralizing the conflict altogether. Ding, 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 ding. The conflict is petty if the internal monologue, if the dialogue is unclear. If we're still angry, bitter, looking to one up the other via pain or isolation, silence, lack of communication, we realize that that spark of passion is what's going to bring healing to the situation, allowing the flame to be lit, allowing the flame to be kept. Out of neutral grounds will the torch appear, and will the torch be passed. You're learning something right now, and it has a lot to do with giving back. It's almost like justice and or karma, in the sense where we've never really understood how we've affected others in relationships or in, within intimate situations to begin with. We didn't really understand how maybe our own toxic, frivolous behaviors were potentially inflicting some sort of mental turmoil, and ultimately wasn't really going anywhere, right? I see a lot of relationships and friendships that never really truly got to emerge, that never really truly got to bloom, that never really truly was able to blossom due to a dishonest form of communicating with the self, and the fight or flight responses that were continuously activated once in close proximity to others, and going on a natural high where the body is in a euphoric state, because the trauma of which that stemmed from is so intense that the amount of chemical release that ensues is completely surmounting. Four of Swords, Five of Swords, okay? This is just putting the sword down for a moment and truly allowing yourselves to reflect and to heal, but to not pass judgment on the self as well, right? This is in this process of realizing some of these really deep things, right? Pluto and Venus is so deep that you go deep. They go to the underworld completely. To be gentle and curious with the self, and to rest and to sleep and to drink that water. Yeah, it's like, no, okay, drink the water. My nose. They say psychics runny. I think the third eye. Song with the Leo thing, okay. Now, kitty cat. Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, right? We're balancing some karma. And karma, not so much where like you owe anybody anything, but more so tendencies that were negatively affecting you have the opportunity to be corrected and even scale within the self. This is a correction that's happening, and it will spark new interest. It will spark new passion, and it will spark new creativity. So this is what we're coming from. This is what we're letting go. This is what we're releasing. This is what is a potential for us at this time. Balancing, right? Going within the self and just making these corrections so that when we are able to enter into a new relationships and new partnerships, we are fair, we are just, we are balanced, we are clear, we are mature, we are fair. This is Libra. And we'll be ready to celebrate together and move on into our next adventure in life. This is success. After a major correction has ensued or has taken place. Justice is also Venus. So this is definitely this love energy. And the Six of Pentacles is also very Libran as well, you see. Very Venusian as well. Balance, give and take. Okay. The Justice card, right? It's like we're finally able to come into union. Like we're able to come together balanced and healed and You know, we're able to put ourselves in a situation where we can see eye to eye, where things are fair, where I'm healed, you're healed, I understand, you understand. I worked on me so that I can be better for you. I healed me. No. I worked on me because I wanted to be better for me. I healed me because I understood, and you showed me that I am her and or incomplete, and that there are a lot of areas within myself that needed healing. And I really needed to step up to the plate and take care of these errors, to take care of this decay within me, and to really truly put to rest and understand where these pains come from, and that my exemplification of love had the potential of spewing toxicity due to the raw and decay that hasn't been addressed for quite some time. And the illumination of your soul and spirit brought me the opportunity to wash over and heal anew, to really look at myself, to really look at the deepest parts of my soul and my heart and my motives, okay? Coming to really true and harsh realizations that completely knocked us off the ground. But it really gave me a new spark and drive to make things right, to make corrections. And in my near future, I see success as well as reunion. And I really hope that we can be balanced this time and equal and fair in opportunity, with a vast amount of space, right? Just freedom, okay? Justice card and the Four of Wands is freedom. Calming any sort of communication and temptation. And this is basically diplomacy. This is the art of Libra. This is the art of the seventh house. This is the art of value, of communication, of union. Beautiful. Let's get an astrology card to pick up any more energies. I mean, this is beautiful. I love that we're ending with the Star card, the Four of Wands, and the Justice card, even with the Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. It's like, if your mojo has been put out for quite some time, by the end of this, you should see 3 times the comeback of what it is that you thought you lost on a passionate level and scale, as now things are a lot more healthier and fruitful, and balanced. Jupiter returns. Oh, Jupiter returns. Wow, don't make me cry. And so Jupiter is, in Vedic astrology, the husband, but generally is the guru or the benefactor, the planet of good luck and expansion, knowledge and wisdom, higher learning and teaching. Is fond of rules and fairness for all, the legislature that is meant to protect and serve the whole and the highest good, and benevolence and love structure. Discipline as well. Jupiter can be a guru who enacts within a disciplinarian manner in order to get the message across, or to make sure that the student or whomever is being collaborated with or worked with is able to ascend to a higher and greater understanding, which Jupiter takes us through the realms of understanding, so that we can begin to understand the spiritual evolution as well as the intrinsic and, you know, larger aspects and components of what it is that we're experiencing, as so many auric bodies, dimensional fields and selves are being altered, you know, through time and space. And we're getting a glimpse of that. simultaneously through the presence of this Jupiterian spirit or energy. This could be Piscean. This also can be the effects of Jupiter in Pisces. And this also is obviously Sagittarian as well. So we have Aquarius, Pisces, Sagittarius, Venus, lots of Venus, okay? And shall we get I kind of want to get a Lenormand and then a timing card with the Moonology. What else should we know about this Jupiter returns? It's like the ability to like really work things out and to bring back luck, love, structure, abundance back into harmony, back into harmony. This is all about coming into harmony. The goal is harmonious. So we have the coffin. So something is ending, something is being put to end, something is being done, casket done away. And I think this has to do with the impurities that we're releasing and that we are healing. That old you is gone. The old you will be gone. The old them is no longer. They're not who you once thought they were. And you are not who you used to be. And so a complete ending is ensued, ensured, and promised. And then we have the tree of life. Although we have the coffin, we have the tree of life. The tree of life grows above this coffin. A death needed to happen in order for pure, new, everlasting, strong life can be grown, seen, ensured, given, promised. A tree does not become a tree overnight. Some of them take hundreds of years to be what they're always meant to be, with roots grown deep into the ground, into the earth, right? Reaching far and wide forever. This is a mark and an imprint that lasts forever. These are changes that are carried on generationally. These changes and works done change generations to come and bring further, sturdier life. This is life. This is life, yeah. We have definitely gotten our butts whipped with the whip here, but this is also that harsh, tough love. This tree has endured and seen a lot of pain and has seen a lot of things and remembers things deeply, can recall things deeply, but is a deep connector of wealth, of resources, of nourishment and water. The roots of the tree are able to pull water from the deep depths of the earth and nutrients from the depths of the earth. Yeah. A tree this old, this sturdy, this strong has endured so many storms, so many harsh elements and changes, but the tree, this everlasting tree of life, of love, of family, of connection, stands. Woo! And will forever stand. Know that the work that you are doing has not gone in vain and will never go in vain, as the works of art that you process is nourishing a wellspring that you couldn't even begin to understand. You are a work of art and you are in effort. And every drop is another tear into the ocean of accumulation. trust yourself and bid your time farewell. Because this is something way bigger than you. And you're only just beginning to understand. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. You are very, we had first, confidence is your key to success. Moon in Leo, be confident in your process. Be confident in your journey. Be confident in your healing. Leo rules the heart. And Leo stands prideful and direct and confident in matters of the heart, in matters of the home, in matters of family and children. Pride, confidence. Leo is the king of the jungle. And Leo rules the pride. But the king is not a king by any chance. You know, we had to fight a lot of battles. We had to show our strengths. We had to face our weaknesses. We had to strip away selfish, indirect tendencies. Confidence is your key to success. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. We're in this is Piscean energy at play. You will continue to heal. Meditate and contemplate the changes that are around you and the opportunities that are here to ensue such purging. This is dark moon energy, okay? Crescent moon, but no, new moon, double new moon energy. New moon in Pisces next month will really have a huge trigger on this. All of this will begin to show and is exemplified in the hots of summer. And gibbous moon, you're very close to achieving your goal. So there's a little bit more work to do as we are still in reflection and healing phase. We're just letting go of the petty mentalities that have caused confusion and lack of understanding of where our own faults are in these situations and where the healing really needs to happen. But this realization is here now. And we can really begin to give back to ourselves in order to bring balance to the whole, right? Because if we can correct it within, more than likely we can influence it and correct it without, or be in assistance of that or in support of that, right? It's like opening up a vortex or beginning a spinning vortex of change. And Jupiter returns with benefits, or Jupiter will return having improved after your improvement and will reap reward. You are no longer the same. You will not be the same. You will be gone. You will be completely renewed. And so will this other individual or individuals. You tell me. This is not without trial, error, and pain and discipline. This is the ending. This is the old you getting gone. This is the discipline and the pain that came along with it to whip into shape. But the results are long lasting and sustaining. Past your life, okay? Past life, future life. So let's get a Moonology card. Well, this is almost 40 minutes. This is beautiful. Oh, I already pulled these. Yeah, the energy is gaining momentum. Sorry. No. Yeah, sorry. What am I put them away. That's my bad. Okay. Okay. Let's wake up. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope this serves you. I will be back as we continue this healing adventure. I mean, I'm right here with you. So God bless you. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.